Bam, everybody. Welcome to Devonius' Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Star Wars The Black Series, A New Hope, number 12 in the Black Series A New Hope line, Sandtrooper. This guy's pretty cool. This is the newest Sandtrooper on the latest Stormtrooper mold. It's probably the best up to this point, and it looks like there are some new additions to the sculpt here, including paint apps and weathering. We also have a first time in the line blaster rifle here that you can see in the packaging. This is the first time it's ever been done, and it's been casted in that beautiful black plastic, so that's awesome. And looking at the figure here, in the window of the packaging, you kind of see some of the quote-unquote sand weathering, and front of the box, looking at the packaging, oh, that's cool. You can see some Sandtroopers with the dewback up there, and then a ship up in the air. Some nice mural artwork. You can see he's next to Chewie there with his fur. Back at the packaging here. Pretty cool. Pause that if you want to read the bio. Alright, and then looking at the front again. Here we go. Let's get this guy out of the packaging. Let's take a look at him. And we got the Sandtrooper out of the box here. And looking at him, paint-wise, not so bad. It definitely doesn't really compare to the original Sandtrooper releases we've got in the past that had a lot more paint, a lot more wash. This is definitely not just a regular shiny. It's clear to see. It is still pretty white, and it's kind of picking it up on the lights, but yeah, he is a little bit dirty. Nothing really on the back, unfortunately, but it's Hasbro. What can you expect? I didn't expect anything to be on the back. There's barely anything on the front, really, of the paint. Some skids here and there on the helmet. I mean, it's on pretty much every major part of the body in the front, and, you know, you gotta give him that, I guess, so that's cool. And then we got this cool pauldron, which is awesome, and then this is a new addition, it seems, this belt with the pouches here, the black pouches. I don't think you can just remove them. I think they're just part of the belt. You don't want to damage that, but that is a cool addition. It looks really nice. Looks everything here looks really coherent with what I feel like you're seeing on the screen for the most part. The helmet, actually, you know, the visor's a little bit lifted, and I appreciate that. It kind of gives more of a Sandtrooper feel. I feel like a lot of their lenses, so to speak, were kind of more lifted off of their helmets. I don't know why exactly that happened, but it was something that would happen, and a lot of those Sandtroopers had, like, lifted brows, so this doesn't look too bad, honestly. Articulation on this bad boy is the 2020 Stormtrooper articulation, so we got more than a 90 here. Good torso with the disconnected top piece. Good shoulder pads that go in a ring in the butterfly joints. Can't take the helmet off, like usual with the Stormtroopers. Next up, looking at the backpack here, this is not too bad. Got most of the essential paints on it. Not too scuffed up or dirty, but then you turn around here, a much shorter lead on the shoulder pouch than on the original release, which I appreciate. Kind of goes higher up on the shoulder. We'll try that on the figure too, so you can see that. Then we've got this newly released kind of like submachine gun blaster rifle. This is pretty cool. First time in the line to have this made in Black Series as far as I know. And then a classic Stormtrooper blaster. Doesn't have the silver though on the cartridge part. The blasters are produced in the black plastic instead of that shitty kind of gray that comes in the package with a lot of modern Stormtrooper Black Series figures. Not a fan of that. I don't know why they're casted in the gray plastic instead of black. That's what the blasters look like for the Stormtroopers, like really any of them. And these are in black, so that's cool. I don't have to paint them if I want them to be exactly accurate. I do like that there was an attempt at some weathering on this figure, although it's not extensive by any means, and I don't really think is as good as the past Sandtrooper figure. I do think it's quite different from a average shiny Stormtrooper. I can definitely tell there is some kind of wash. It's a darker kind of white. It's more of like an eggshell possibly. So I do appreciate that, but they definitely should have hit it up with some more paint, some more browns and stuff. Dude don't look like he's covered in doo-doo, but dude should definitely be a little bit smeared up, you know what I'm saying? This is not an easy Stormtrooper job. But I'm definitely going to add some paint to it, even if I think, like, It's not bad, but it's not exactly perfect either. I'm definitely going to get some paint on the back of the figure too. Just try to get some movie authenticity at all, make it look at all similar, you know. So I think I'm going to add in my paint job afterwards into this video. I don't often do that, but I'm going to do that just to show off, like, hey, like, could have looked a little bit better. Not that I think I can do an amazing job or anything like that, but definitely gonna try to make it pop out a little bit more on the shelf. And so, well, I said I was gonna paint it up, and I did. It's some more subtle painting that I added. I added kind of like this big brown blotch, kind of based off of this picture shown here. Some more added scuffs in there. Some paint divots added in here, you know, because I figure he probably is touching these buttons. It's kind of rations here and stuff, so he's got some specks here and there in the indentions. And then some more here and there on the legs, crotch piece. I added some dirt to the boots, you know, really sand them up. Get them kind of messy. The back here. Just really simple light washing and then some added browns here and there on the figure. I didn't do too much to this. I didn't really feel like it was necessary. I added a little bit of brown smears in the back. Again, it's pretty subtle. But yeah, we also have his backpack here, which I added some kind of like little metal scraps to. It's kind of hard to see it a little bit, but there's some subtle markings on here too. Pretty subtle. I didn't go too overboard with that. I also added some like metal scruffs here and there on this gun. It's kind of hard to show up on camera, but there's definitely some silver wash on here, but it's pretty subtle. Doesn't really show up at all. And then on here, I added some silver, also some silver kind of cut up parts on it, but again, it doesn't really show on camera super well, but yeah, tried to add some wear to it. And of course, I also have this old Sandtrooper blaster, which I also think he should have come with this, to be honest. I like that he came with the miniature blaster and this newer kind of rifle, but I definitely think he could have come with this too. There's no reason why he couldn't have. So I think they should have included that. I think they should have went a little bit harder on the paints, to be honest. I mean, I was able to add some stuff and make it look a little bit better, make it stand out a little bit more as being in like kind of a rougher, sandier environment, you know, more akin to what I think we see on screen. I definitely think that it would have been cool to get some more accessories with this guy. I mean, I do appreciate the little rifle and the blaster coming with it, but it would have been also cool to maybe get some binoculars or something, or that other rifle. Not that I probably would have been painted as well as the original one that I have anyway, but still. Or it would have been cool to have that little spy droid that was tailing the Sandtroopers in A New Hope, that I believe was from the special editions, and also came with the 3.75 Black Series figure. You could actually attach it to the Sandtroopers backpack, and I thought that was always pretty cool, and that would have been cool to have kind of like on one of those transparent line stands we've seen a couple times for miniature flying probe-like droids in the Black Series. That would have been kind of interesting, but, you know, it is what it is. I do kind of wish, though, that Hasbro would just automatically put on all this paint and all this wash and stuff like they used to for the Black Series, but it doesn't really seem like something they're super interested in doing with the line, especially for more throwback figures and non-mainline figures like shows and stuff. They seem to sometimes not put as much effort into those, which is a little bit unfortunate. But this is not a bad figure by any means. It's just not a super strong release. That could have been just a little bit better, but I am definitely happy with it. And, you know, how could you not be on this particular Stormtrooper mold? Well, that's all I got for today's review, so let me know down below. Do you like the repaint? Do you like this figure? Do you think it needed any adjusting at all? Figure, what are you thinking about it? Like, comment, subscribe, and Devonius out.